Is your relationship in distress? Maybe you've already filed for divorce. It is common to blame the situation, blame the other person, or maybe blame the situation that everything is around this decision to be with this person. And so then you're struggling and using a lot of energy in the decision. Do I stay or do I go? Do I fight for this relationship? And a lot of energy is being wasted. Now, I am not a relationship expert, but I am an expert in mental strength. So what does it mean to be mentally strong in the midst of relationship distress? You and your partner are fighting. You and your partner are about to make a decision to separate, or maybe you already have. What does that mean, and how are you internalizing that? Many people show up in these situations angry, defensive, putting their guard up. And oftentimes, the triggers, the buttons, the pain that you're feeling is actually coming within you. And I know that's hard to admit or be ready to work through. My name is Dr. B. I am a mental strength expert because I have been through significant grief and trauma. I've lost 3 children and my husband over the course of 20 years. The last 5 years of my husband's life was very difficult. None of my needs were being met. I was caretaker. And many of those arguments were enmeshed in something that I couldn't control, this disease that he was dying from, right? Now, my situation is different than your situation. However, it is complicated, is the reason I say that, right? It is not just you picked the wrong person and now it's ending. There's so many things, decisions, feelings, emotions, experiences that happen between the choice to be with the person and the distress. And how we are able to show up in relationship is a mirror of what is going on in us on an emotional level, but mostly our relationship with ourselves. When I teach the Raising Mentally Strong Kids course, I talk about how we teach our kids to love ourselves. We often talk about, oh, you have to love yourself. And if you love yourself, other people will love you. And there is truth to that. How do we love ourselves? First, we have to know ourselves. You can't love something you don't know. And I can tell you, after losing my children and going through this major grief and trauma exploration and experience, I realized at age 50, I didn't even really know myself. I didn't know what filled my cup. And although I had a quote unquote successful 26-year marriage, I was not able to show up for him in his last 5 years of his life. And he wasn't able to show up for me. And so, knowing myself has allowed me to learn to like myself and then love myself. So when you are in relationship distress, and these are several different things that you have to pull out of enmeshment, okay? Because right now you're going through this relationship distress and you want to fix the relationship. And I hope that you can, or fix the situation, or fix the way you feel if you've already decided on divorce. But let's pick these things apart. I teach something called the Mentally Strong Method. And in the Mentally Strong Method, you learn to think through your problems, organize them, and make choices in line with what you want, right? So oftentimes in the midst of this relationship distress, you're focused on the choice, right? Do I want to be with this person? Do I not want to be with this person? How can I fix this situation? What is the choice? What do I need to do? And that is good. We always want to be in this think, organize, choose loop. But I want you to take it a step further or maybe we should say a step deeper. What are the triggers that are causing an emotional response in you? Like, what is your partner doing that's causing an emotional response in you? I want you to write that down. And then I want you to identify what it is. Is it grief? Is it trauma? Like old trauma that they've done it before. They always do it. Maybe someone in your past did those same things. Is it disrespect? Is it pushing a core button in you? And then I want you to sit with that. Now there's multiple enmeshments in relationship problems. Relationships are the mirror that allow you to see yourself. So when we watch these lovely movies of everybody is, happy at the end and love is bliss. If you've been in a relationship long enough, you know that it is not that simple. And that a relationship, a close, intimate relationship is a mirror to things for you to work on. And so as you list the problems in the relationship, I want you to look at them as a mirror. What is this a mirror to in myself? So with the problems with my husband at the end, every little thing that he did would anger me. And I didn't feel like he was taking care of me or trying to protect me. But what was that mirror? That mirror was because at this point we had already lost 2 of our children. It was a mirror to, I didn't show up for the kids and we lost the kids, like that grief. And so every little thing that he did was a trigger to my grief. And I intellectually knew that, and I tried to work through that, and I knew that it wasn't his fault. And we were able to maintain a loving, intimate relationship until his passing. But it wasn't easy, and it was a choice. And I'm not saying your choice should be always to stay. I'm saying whatever it is, it's actually a mirror to what you could be working on in yourself while you decide what you're going to choose. So in the Mentally Strong Method, we learn to think through these problems, right? So your relationship distress is a current problem. And we learn to think through that and see what other factors are part of this problem, right? And then we organize them into different categories. I talk a lot about grief and trauma, but there's also negative self-talk, anxiety, injustices, addictions, triggers. There's all kinds of things that could be impacting how you show up. And so in the Mentally Strong Method, we learn to think through what's going on right now, organize those things, even going back to, there might be times in your childhood or in your young adult or your relationship with God and how that is impacting how you show up. And then you can make choices. And you don't always have to make the big choices. You could make small choices. You could make, time limited choices. You could say, I'm going to do this for 30 days. I'm going to do this for 90 days and then reevaluate, right? Like a choice is not always a hard and fast, right? Doing what you can as you're working through what this actually is mirroring inside of you. So that's what I teach in the Mentally Strong Method. I would love for you to learn the Mentally Strong Method. If you click the link below, I will send you information about how to learn the Mentally Strong Method to get through this relationship distress stronger as a stronger person for yourself and hopefully for your relationship. I believe that Well, I know that mental strength is teachable, transferable, and transformational. If you can learn to be mentally strong, you can transform your life and your relationships.